Hi guys, welcome back to one of my art videos. I have been promising to do this for a while and I just didn't get around to it. You know how things like that happen and then you wish you hadn't promised it in the first place. Please excuse me, I've just had a big dinner, so hopefully it's digested properly. Anyway, more importantly, I hope you can see this because it is a beautiful sunny day in the UK. Yeah, we've had a few of these, not quite sure how to deal with it. So hopefully you can see as far as the lighting's concerned, but I have noticed that this painting you're looking at is a little bit wonky, which is my fault because when you're using watercolour, and this is a watercolour you're looking at, it's not watercolour pencils, it's just watercolour paints. It's the first, I believe, piece of work I've done that's just paint, but there's a lot of prepping going into watercolour, and one of the things is to make sure you secure the paper down to some card, very thick card, or preferably a wood board, and that will stop the paper buckling when it's got water being added to it, because obviously water paper don't go together that well, and if you don't do that properly the paper will buckle, and it has, because I didn't. So if it looks a bit wonky, it's because the paper's kind of it bent. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see. So that was my prepping that wasn't done very well. But as I keep saying on these videos, I am a learner, and if you really want instructional videos on how to draw and paint, then you're looking at the wrong person because I am learning right along with everyone else right now. Yeah, I need to work on that. Anyway, it is actually watercolour paper. You need special paper for watercolour, really. Otherwise, this isn't going to work so well. But it is watercolour paper, just wasn't prepped properly. And I really enjoy working with the watercolour. It's, as I said, it takes some preparation, but it's good fun. And this is a landscape, as you can see. Hills in the background, grass and rocks in the foreground. It's a stone circle, I believe, in the Lake District. We can have a lot of fun with watercolour because you can make all sorts of strange colours and pick out colours that you wouldn't normally use for certain things. Like, generally I wouldn't pick out those kind of colours for a rock, but that's the joy of watercolours. You can really exaggerate colour. And I had a lot of fun exaggerating colours, and you can see the purples up on the mountains there and the yellows. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do. I wouldn't use these for realism as far as doing colouring in people, drawing people and things like that. I prefer my colour pencils for that kind of work. But for landscapes and maybe doing flowers, I think I've used my watercolour pencil for flowers. I have, the orchid I did. Then I really like watercolour because you can have so much fun with the colour. So this is my first attempt right here, as you can see, and I don't think it was too bad. I shall bring it forward for you to have a bit more look at because it is a small one. I would say it's about the same size as a gift card, birthday card, that kind of size. So I like these miniatures. That is how that turned out. There you go. Yeah, I'm using an iPad to record these if you've not seen it before, so not the best camera in the world, but it's what I got, you know? It's what I've got to work with. So that was that one. Excuse me if I'm lisping a little bit, my mouth's dried out, and I should have brought some pop-up with me to drink. This is my third attempt at recording this video, so yeah, by now my mouth's getting quite dry. And here's the second one I did. This is a bridge over a stream. This is a famous bridge in the Lake District. Definitely going for a theme here. I had a lot of fun doing this one. I don't know if it turned out as well as the first one. Matter of opinion and taste, I suppose. But again, didn't prep it properly and the paper buckled. I need to work on that. Something went wrong in the sky, so I just drew a little bird up there. But yeah, there you go. Again, just so much fun with the colours here. You can see the hills are kind of orangey and yellowy, and yeah, I mean, it's not something I would use for realism, but for having fun and picking out interesting shades and colours. I really enjoyed it. And if you want to try watercolour, I suggest try it. Just have some fun with it and enjoy it and just see where it leads, because that's what I'm doing really. See those trees there? Just blobs of different green. And yeah, I think the next thing I'm going to try as far as colour is concerned is pastels. I haven't tried using my pastels yet. I've got a box of them and I really want to try those. I also have different type of paints that I haven't tried yet, but I think I want to try something other than paints. So I think I'm going to try the pastels next time I use colour. So there's my watercolour. They're the only proper watercolours I've done so far. I obviously need to learn how to prep paper better. Anyway, the last time I made a video I did talk about how I was drawing an elephant, and here is my elephant all finished up. You can see. There we go. Obviously I really enjoy drawing. Pencil drawing's the best. That's my first love. I'll just bring him a bit closer there. You can see I am sat on the floor in the corner, basically on a plug. It's not very comfortable. So there he is. This is an African elephant. He has the bigger ears, and I had so much fun drawing this. I really did. Wasn't particularly easy because he's quite high detailed, but I really enjoyed doing this lovely fella. Somebody commented on, I think it was my last art video, and asked me if I was going to draw animals and nature, and the answer is yes. It's just I really enjoy drawing faces, but I had it in my mind I wanted to draw this elephant, and I have done a lion, so I have done a few animals, obviously dogs and cats as well, and I think I will do another elephant quite lightly. But there he is. He turned out well. I love his ears. I was so proud of the veins in his ears, and I don't know if I can see them on camera now, but by the time it's uploaded to YouTube the quality will probably have dropped because my iPad can't stand HD. But he has nice veins in his ears, and he's got some wounds on his face there. But he's a beautiful animal. I'm trying to work on, at the moment, the values in the drawing, and that means making sure the dark patches are dark and the lighter patches of shading are light, and all the things in between on the spectrum are nicely varied. That's not easy because it's really hard to make things nice and dark when you're not fully confident because if it's dark, really dark, and you make a mistake, it's not terribly easy to fix it. So it's all about layering rather than just going on really heavy with your pencil and making it dark immediately. It's about layering them up and layering it up, and you know, getting those contrasts right. Still not right there, but this elephant was on the way there. I mean, some of the darker patches could have done with being a bit darker, so the contrast was more visible. But that's what I'm working on. You know, that's what I'm working on right now, to try and get that contrast right. But I'm getting there. I mean, if you look at some of my early drawings, the shading on it, there was barely any values to it at all. It was really very monotone as far as the shading, very light, hardly anything there. So I'm very pleased with that. As I said, could be better as far as the values are concerned, the shading, but I'm still very pleased with him, and he's beautiful. So that was him. And the one I just finished the other day, gosh, I need to vacuum in here, don't I? The one I finished the other day, I'm hoping he's going to show fully up, because I think I might have to move it back a bit. Yeah, I think I may have to move it back. Now, I'm worried about this because it might fall over. I mean, you might fall over. Yeah, you're not really going to get the top of his head. That's alright, I'll move him around a bit. Yeah. Some of you will know that my pet peeve is drawing clothes. I hate drawing clothes. I find them so boring. Now, this here is the Elf King from The Hobbit. Yes, gone back to The Hobbit again, I know. Thranduil. I wanted to draw him because I drew him a long time ago and I didn't do the best job of him compared to what I can do now, so I wanted to draw him again. And now back to the clothing. You know I hate drawing clothing, don't want to draw clothing, and I thought to myself, I need to just face this, I need to draw some clothes, I need to really put some effort into drawing the clothes. A lot of you, well, most of you I think, follow me on with my videos that I put up of my doll collection. For anybody who's here because they've seen the art, picked up this video because of the art tag, I collect dolls. They are art dolls. Most of them are that I collect anyway. They are a painted blank kit. They are painted by artists, so they are art. Now one of these dolls I was looking at it the other day, and beautifully painted face, really beautifully painted face. The hair is beautiful, but I noticed that the limbs were not painted to the standard of the face, and that kind of bugs me. It really does bug me, because I always feel like I need to dress that doll with long sleeves and cover the legs up a little bit, because it feels like the artist did the face really well, did the hair really well, and then just kind of lost momentum by the time they got to the limbs, and sort of thought that the limbs didn't matter as much as the head, which is just not true. And then I started to realise that that's what I was doing. I was being no different with my attitude to my drawings by doing the faces and the hairs and then just scribbling the clothing. I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I want to take pride in my work. I want to make sure that I put equal effort into all of the drawing. So I challenged myself to do this particular drawing because the clothing, well, he's wearing armour. He's going into battle in this scene, and he's wearing this armour, and it's metal. So you really have to get the shading right to make it look like metal, and then it's got all this elaborate detail on it, all this carving. Well, it's not carving if it's on metal, is it? No, it's carving if it's on wood. Etching? Fretting? I don't know what it's called. But anyway, it's got all this detail to it, so it really took a lot of work and a lot of concentration to do this clothing. So I'm going to bring it in, see if you can see there. Unfortunately with this one, it's a very light, he's got a lot of light in his face, so I had trouble getting my values and shading in with that, but I was working on the clothing, so yeah, this one was about the clothing rather than getting the values in the face. But I really do need to work on my shading because I really don't feel I'm going dark enough. But I did work on the clothes, and I gave the clothes as much effort as I gave the rest of him. Sorry you can't see the whole thing in one go, that's just too close. Problem like that. So that was that, and that's all the work I've done so far. I haven't started on another project. As I said, I just finished him yesterday or the day before? Day before yesterday. So he's only just been finished. And that's where I'm at so far. So I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see all my artwork that I've done so far all together in one place, then my art Instagram is time2pause. 2 being the number 2, it's just time, number 2, pause, and that's where you can see all of my drawings all together and my progress so far on this journey. So thank you very much for watching. Please take care, and I will speak to you all very, very soon. Bye guys!